Did you know these 5 myths about living abroad? Well, let's find out. So the first one is part-time jobs, obviously. So the myth about part-time job is a lot of students, when they plan to come abroad, they think that they have a lot of time to kind of chill, to settle, to explore and travel the new country till they find a part-time job. They kind of think that I have like 5 months or 6 months, and after that I'll easily find a part-time job. Well, you cannot do that. So what happens is, the part-time employees that are working, they're usually doing their course, and after their course they kind of find a full-time job and end their part-time employment. So that time, a lot of shops or a lot of places are hiring for part-time employees, and that's when you actually need to start applying as soon as possible, which is in the month of September and October. So that's the time when you actually get a lot of opportunities to start your part-time job, and that's when you actually come abroad to start your course as well. So as soon as you come in, you need to kind of start finding part-time jobs. Otherwise, you're going to miss out on a lot of opportunities, and you do not want to do that. If you want to know my story, how I found my part-time job literally the next day of coming to the UK, then please watch this video, and Nishant also shares a lot of his experience of finding a part-time job in that video, and you can just get an insight of what we are actually talking about. And that's why you kind of just need to start finding a part-time job as soon as you come to the UK. And that is going to benefit you a lot, because there are going to be so many options for you to choose from. If you want to work with the university, if you want to work in retail, if you want to work in hospitality, you can get a lot of options at that time. And after that, you actually don't get any options, because then a lot of opportunities are already gone, and then you just kind of stuck with some opportunity. Maybe you're like stuck in hospitality, but you do not want to do that. And then you just take that job because you need a job, some kind of a job, and then you kind of don't like it, and then it starts kind of affecting your studies. So you do not want that. The next thing is, making friends will be easy abroad. I feel like this is such a huge myth, because it's definitely not easy to make friends abroad, because I feel like a lot of British people in their 20s, when they're students and stuff, they kind of restrict themselves and they kind of stick with their culture, because I feel like they do not have much knowledge about other cultures and they do not want to offend them. And in that thing, they kind of don't really talk to you, do not kind of engage with you and stuff. So you kind of just end up having Indian friends or whatever community you come from. And that's obviously a good thing, nothing bad in it. But then you're coming all the way abroad, not getting any new experiences, new friends, and you're just getting stuck with an Indian group. It's like you're coming all the way just to go back. It doesn't make any sense. So obviously we connect more to the people from our country, but it is definitely essential for you to kind of find someone from other countries. And for this, you can actually go to a lot of social events that the university hosts. And when I was in my uni, I used to go to almost every single social event, because I used to just love hanging out with different people. And over there, we used to play games. Every Wednesday, we had fun and games session. We used to get coffee and stuff like that over there. And then we used to just play Uno or Zynga and stuff like that. So it was kind of really fun, because over there was a space created where a lot of different people came together and we used to play games. And that was kind of the midpoint where we all met and kind of linked and connected with each other. So people from Nigeria, British people from Europe, Indian people, people from Pakistan, a lot of people, used to come there, and then we used to be friends and kind of play games together. So I feel definitely be out there and don't get stuck in those 4 walls of your room. Get out there, make some friends, and be social, be active. The third myth is that cities over here are very clean and roads over here are very clean. Well, compared to India, they're definitely clean. But in India, if you've not traveled abroad, you've always seen cities or countries abroad in the movies. And in the movies, they always show stuff like that. It's like really clean and, but obviously they prepare for it. But if you go in the city centers, they never show this in the movies. The city centers in every city are not that clean. And there are a few areas which are very shady and very unsafe, over here in the UK. So city centers have a lot of trash. Obviously, there are people who clean it up, but again, there are some times when it's like there's alcohol all over the place, or there are glass bottles broken all over the streets and stuff, and you have to kind of walk through them. And there are a lot of homeless people that stay in the city centers, and that's why it is like that. So, this is a huge myth, and I only understood that after I came to the UK. Yeah, it was a big eye-opener for me, because you always think like, cities are clean, cities are safe and stuff like that. There are no thefts happening. That's not the case. There are a lot of thefts happening on the high street, in the city centers, and it's really not safe for you. So I really recommend, if you're going out during like night time or evening, definitely have someone with you, because I think that's really essential. It's really important for you to stay safe as well. The next thing is cost of living is unmanageable abroad. Again, compared to India, cost of living is definitely high, I agree, but it is not unmanageable. It is definitely manageable if you take the right decisions and if you shop at the right places. So if I tell you something about myself, I feel like I manage my groceries and my expenses really well. And if you want to see how I manage my groceries and everything, please do watch this video, because I think this will help you. Things like shopping or traveling or groceries and stuff like that. I do almost travel to London every month. So obviously that's a bigger part of my expense. But definitely other things, shopping and everything, it's really manageable. Like, it's not that difficult, and I do take the bus and everything as well every month. So it is manageable for the most part, if you take the right decisions. And I think I will make a separate video on this in the future, maybe next year, because I think this is something a lot of people keep asking me about. So I will definitely plan to make this video next year, because I think it will like really, really help you. And other than that, you get a lot of free things as well. So apart from the cost of living, you get so many free things over here in the UK. I am really spoiled, to be honest, because in the university you used to get like a lot of freebies in the career fairs, in the freshers fairs and stuff like that. And after uni as well, I've been getting a lot of gifts. Like, there are, if Christmas is coming, if Black Friday is coming, if Easter is coming, there's always some or the other thing that is on sale. The brands over here market themselves in such a good way. There are like free samples. People are handing out like free samples outside their stores. Like, I've gotten a chocolate from Hotel Chocolat, and I've got like a small moisturizer from Rituals and stuff. It's really nice. And the amount of free stuff you get, I get free stuff every month from my SIM provider, which is Voxy. Every month I pay £10 for that plan, and I get social media free on it. So if I'm using social media on my data, it doesn't eat up my data. And apart from that, I always get Voxy drops, which is basically like free things that you get every month. And those free things are more expensive than the plan, than the money I'm paying for my SIM every month. So, I've been getting like beauty products like popcorn, chocolate popcorn, and some really fancy stuff. Like, they collaborate with a lot of different brands and send these products. So recently I got like a facial gel and like a under eye treatment roller. And I feel like when I googled and when I found out the original price, they were so much more expensive than what I pay for my plan every month. So I feel like some things, some decisions that you need to take are so critical in these things for you to save a lot of money, so yeah. And the last thing is that British people don't know anything about India. This is not the case. This was a myth until I realized and until I started working with British people in my office. And yeah, some of them really don't know that, India has so many states, and every state has different language and we kind of don't understand. So if I'm from Maharashtra, I don't understand a lot of South Indian languages, or I don't understand Bengali language, or I do understand a bit of Gujarati or Punjabi because it's more related to Hindi, but they didn't know this. But apart from that, related to food or related to people, they do know a lot of things. Like my boss cooks khichdi. Like can you believe it? Like she's proper British and she cooks khichdi. And a lot of British people also believe in Ayurveda, which was a complete shock to me. And I was like, wow, like really, like that's crazy. Like they kind of start finding Ayurvedic medicines and stuff, and you know they're telling me like they've searched about this and researched about this, and they go to like Ayurveda retreats and stuff like that. So it's really crazy how much they know about India. So yeah, it was a complete shock to me when I found out that they know so much about India. And some of the things, like they're really interested in all of the things, like in our culture especially, because the festivals that we celebrate, the religions that we have, everything is really interested to them. And I felt like, you know, they are probably like, they feel that they're superior and everything like that, but they don't behave like that at all. So that's again a complete myth. So yeah, I really hope that you enjoyed watching this video and this was a little helpful for you if you're planning to come abroad. So thank you so much for watching this video. Please give this video a huge like, subscribe to my channel, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.